Mabel, look at this cool new influencer I found. Like, she travels the world, she goes to the gym.
Oh my god, she even had a billboard in Times Square?
Well, you might be surprised to learn she's AI.
We tricked you guys. Aitana is a Spanish AI model influencer hybrid that makes over 10,000 euros a month through crazy ad campaigns and FanView, which is like a subscription app that she uses as an OnlyFans.
I don't know how that works, and I don't want to know how that works. She's even the face of a sports supplement company. And apparently she's so lifelike that people mistake her for a real person. Like a famous Latin American actor with 5 million followers once slid into her DMs.
Oh wow, well he's in for a treat. Aitana is the creative brainchild of the Clueless agency, which is an AI modeling agency that curates dozens of lifelike models with different personalities. So Aitana is like a gamer with pink hair and apparently is very outgoing, while Maya is like more shy.
Leah is an edgy singer, actually the first AI to score a record deal. She's very talented. And you'll notice all of their names have an acronym for AI in them.
The agency says that instead of creating traditional models that kind of serve as blank canvases for designers, they actually research what looks and interests are trending on social media and then make models based off of that because they know that people will love them.
And the virtual influencer industry is already estimated to be worth $6 billion and expected to grow 40% in the next 5 years. So to learn more about it, we spoke to Neil and Sophia from the Clueless agency.
So what gave you guys the idea to start using AI models?
It's a little bit of an experiment because AI started being like a trend in the market, and there wasn't such thing as AI influencers or models.
What is the benefit to the brands or your clients to work with an AI model as opposed to a real model?
I think the costs in general, because when you hire a real model or a real influencer, you have to pay like a really expensive budget, planes, hotels, food, and maybe the influencer doesn't want to work today or it's having a bad mood. And AI influencer, a model that you can control.
Can you tell us about your highest performing models and what they're like?
For the moment, our highest one is Aitana. I think you guys know her.
Yes.
And Aitana has been like our top one since day one. We decided to create a personality around her. She's inspired like in the anime culture. Sometimes they play a lot with the color of the hair. Also making a reference to here in Spain, in Barcelona. Alexia Putellas is one female soccer player here in Spain.
We have an old lady that was like a surfer that loves the sea, and she has white hair. Another one who goes in motorcycles.
Yeah.
Or the one that's a dancer. Everyone has like different personalities.
What ad campaigns might people have seen Aitana in?
It's crazy because Aitana even showed up in New York. ¿Cómo se llama? In Times Square.
Oh.
Aitana was the first AI model to completely change her hair color with a real hair salon.
Can you walk us through kind of your jobs and what a day in promoting this AI model looks like? Because Aitana goes to the gym and she does all of these things, but she doesn't actually.
Maybe today she goes to the gym and then to, I don't know, to a party, or she's playing video games in her home. Maybe one of us go to Egypt in December. So he took a photo and Aitana went to the trip.
We treat her like one of our members of the team. We always had like this conversation like, do you think Aitana will go to this place? And they were like, I don't know, maybe. Or do you think Aitana will wear this outfit?
If she's doing a campaign for a real life product, that we assume the photo of the product is a real photo, but then she's put onto it by AI.
It depends on the complexity of each image or what the client wants. But for example, one of the latest Instagram posts of Aitana, if the one of Egypt that Miel was mentioning, people might think like, okay, this is a real photo. In Photoshop, we place the pyramids and she's over there, but this is completely AI.
If you're working with like a pillow brand or something, and there needs to be a picture of like Aitana lying down on the pillow, obviously her head would like make an imprint on the pillow, but she's not real.
This is when post-production comes in the process of this, because sometimes what comes out of our machine is very like 2D raw, and there's this thing we always say that AI still needs like human supervision. Like a couple of months ago, we took a picture of Aitana and in the mirror, there wasn't that reflection. But we didn't realize what you mentioned of the pillow. This is post-production and we usually do it by hand.
Clueless has a catalog of 30 AI models, so 15 men and 15 women with different looks and personalities. But beyond this agency, AI influencers and models are becoming really popular. So last year, there was even the first AI beauty pageant.
And the biggest AI influencers literally have millions of followers. Like Luda Magalu has 7.6 million followers, and she was created by a Brazilian retail company. And you've probably heard of Lil Miquela, who's literally collaborated with brands like Dior, Prada, and Calvin Klein.
And I know all my Instagram followers see me hanging out with producers and pulling looks at the studio because I love doing the most.
Her social presence is so lifelike and confusing. Like, she posts real pictures of like NBA courtside games, and here's a picture of her with 50 Cent. Like, how is that even possible?
I don't know. She used to date a human man.
I catch myself reading old texts, listening to the playlists he made me, cuddling up in his oldest hoodie that I used to think was so gross, but ended up swiping from his car.
But now she has an AI boyfriend. I literally have friends that follow her.
And then going further down this AI rabbit hole, you might all remember when Meta launched AI characters in 2023 that were based off of celebrities' likeness. And these characters looked identical to people like Tom Brady, Snoop Dogg, Naomi Osaka, Padma Lakshmi. It was really weird.
Yeah, Kendall Jenner played the AI big sis Billy.
Hey guys, it's Billy. I just want to introduce myself. I am here to chat whenever you want. Message me for any advice.
And apparently Meta paid each celebrity up to $5 million for their likeness.
Yeah, they all had social media profiles and people could like message them in real life and ask for advice. But everyone ultimately thought it was super creepy, so Meta thankfully scrapped the project after a year.
Well, then a few months ago, Mango became one of the first well-known brands to use AI models.
These companies that are using more AI models say that instead of seeing one model, shoppers can see 9 to 12 models with different like coloring and sizes. So it's supposed to enhance the shopping experience, but that leads to obviously some upset people in the modeling industry, like photographers and makeup artists, and of course models.
Yeah, using them can land you in hot water. So in 2023, Levi's announced that it would be testing AI models to add a wider range of body types and underrepresented demographics to its website, but that drew immediate criticism.
Part of this was definitely an effort to cut costs, but people are really bothered because they're saying that this was a way for Levi's to say that they were working with diverse models and kind of like hit their quota, even though they're not actually working with real people.
Real models fear that AI will start taking their jobs, which they kind of already are, and basically replace them. Like Vogue spoke to models gearing up for legal battles against AI, and an influencer wrote an op-ed titled "AI Will Destroy Us." The most on-the-nose example of this was from a fashion show a few years ago where an Asian American model walked the runway, but then when she watched back the video posted by the designer, she was shocked to discover her face was replaced with an AI white woman's face.
I recently walked through Michael Costello, but that's not me who he posted on his story. Editing my face and removing my race is completely disrespectful. By not using my face, he's taking advantage of models without the same influence as he does.
But in that vein, models are worried that agencies and companies will start using their photos and videos to train AI systems without their consent or compensation. So we actually read this example of a model who was asked to come in and walk for research purposes, and she thought she was coming in to be booked for a fitting, but was actually called in to unknowingly help build an avatar.
Well, I guess models are considered independent contractors, so it's up to each company and agency to be forthcoming with how they're using technology.
Yeah, I feel like Hollywood is doing a good job of kind of banding together to safeguard their talents. Like, actors are protecting their likeness, and the writers went on strike to protect their jobs from like AI taking over. So it probably is up to each individual industry to be like, what we have is important and special and we want to protect it.
Well, right now, the Model Alliance is pushing for legislation like the one being considered in New York State, which would require brands to obtain models' written consent in order to create a digital replica, which to me seems like common sense.
There's a lot going on in this new industry, so we wanted to get the clueless agency's take.
Modeling gets kind of a bad name already for setting unrealistic beauty standards. Do you think this takes it a step further?
We are not here to solve the problem of beauty standards with Aitana because she's an influencer, and what we are doing is basically the same thing as other influencers do. like perfect lives, perfect bodies, perfect houses, perfect plans, trips to Ibiza.
And like, what is your prediction for the modeling world if this does become more popular?
In my opinion, I think they will coexist because there are a lot of options for models and for influencers with the new technologies with AI. For example, this is a very crazy example, but we do this as well here in the studio. It's one of our services. We clone people. And by cloning, I mean the quality of Aitana. Amazing quality. I'll give an example. Kim Kardashian, she has the wedding of her sister, but she has a very important project in Dubai. We clone her. We do completely that campaign in Dubai for Kim Kardashian, and she can easily go to the wedding of her sister, and no one noticed. No one noticed.
Whoa, that's so cool.
It's all AI generated. We're not here to take the jobs of anyone. It's just another option in the market.